It's almost Mother's Day, and I know you want to put some black liquid down your mother's throat. I didn't mean it like that. Go buy the coffee and use my code at the checkout. Now on to the video. I was sitting here thinking to myself that these two things could be two separate videos, but I decided, no, let's just make one big video because it all revolves around the same topic. Activists suck. They're always going to suck because instead of doing something productive with any form of thing in the world that they disagree with, they just want to whine and complain and moan and obstruct other people from doing things, thinking everybody's just going to get on board because we're fighting the good fight, when in reality, it makes the people who are trying to navigate through all your stupid shit say, you are fucking moronic. Get the fuck out of my way. First off, if you are an employee at a job, you're there to do a job. Yes, you can mingle with coworkers, even with the boss, but ultimately you're there to do your job. And if you stop doing it, there's the potential for you to be fired. Well, a bunch of people at Google decided we're going to stage a protest inside the workplace and we're going to enact all this change because we don't support what Google is doing because we view what Google is doing is bad. And one could argue maybe it is, maybe it's not. But they thought they could just go into the workplace and sit around and obstruct other people from doing their jobs that's not participating in the protest. And yes, the expectation is exactly what the fuck you could expect.
Google, you can't hide.
Google, Google, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
No, Google, you can't hide.
Google, Google, you can't hide.
You are funding genocide.
You are funding genocide.
Sundar, you can't hide.
Sundar, you can't hide.
Yeah, I'm going well. It's getting kind of late.
Yeah,
Spoke a little bit ago. Wanted to ask you,
yeah,
to cooperate. We've been placed on admin leave,
yeah.
and we'd like to see if we can do this voluntarily. So it's been a while. So can you do that for us? And move forward in that space, and then you can contact HR and go from there.
Well, could you get in contact with TK about this?
No, I'm not, I can't talk about that. I'm just here
Yeah.
what I spoke about earlier, because if not, we'll have to call law enforcement.
Yeah,
And go in that space and
Understood.
and get trespassed and all that.
yeah, we understand.
Okay, just trying again. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys gotta leave. You guys refusing to leave? Is that
Yes.
what I'm saying? Okay. You first stand up.
I'm sorry, but if you're somebody who got employed by a company and you see or find out that the company's doing some shady things in your eyes and you want to protest, do it outside. Don't do it in the building and cause a bunch of disruption for everybody else who's not participating. And I love the fact that they went about the route, I'm talking about the hierarching employees, went about the route of trying to make sure that, hey, we're not trying to force you up out of here, but you do have to leave, to the point where they called the cops, and even the cops wasn't like, all right, fuckers, pick all this shit up and get the fuck. They wanted them to politely leave so that it didn't be this big fucking issue. But of course, morons have to always turn it into a bigger issue. Just get the fuck out of people's way. That way they can do their jobs and you could be outside holding up signs saying rah 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 rah. Because ultimately people want their money, people want to do their jobs, people worked hard for their jobs, and no amount of your Twitter bitching in their workspace is going to stop them. I understand you care about something so much, but guess what? Now you're sitting in the back of cop cars worrying about Big Frida and Big Tyrone, and you're out of a fucking job. So congratulations, you helped nobody. Second thing is, I understand that college students are a bunch of people who want to enact change for the future generations. They want to be the heroes of society. And with this whole Palestine, Iraq, Hamas type deal, there's all these different avenues one could take. And maybe I'm the conspiratorial individual, but if there were individuals who were kidnapped by any group, and there were families out there posting kidnapped posters asking people for information about the whereabouts of their mother, daughter, sister, brother, child. It wouldn't matter. And you, as a college student, rip those posters down and that goes viral. You could imagine that the school you attend might not want that shit around.
But in the last week, New York University committed one of the most blatant acts of repression yet when they suspended a freshman year student, stripped her of her scholarships, barred her from getting off-campus housing, all for tearing down one of these. So just to get right into it, you tore down these Israeli propaganda posters that were posted on one of the NYU buildings and someone filmed it. What happened after that?
Quick question, because maybe I'm not hip to all this new slang the kids are throwing out nowadays, but when in the history of time has a kidnapped poster been labeled as propaganda?
So after I was filmed tearing down these posters outside of Tisch Hall, a student at NYU circulated the video on social media, and she was calling for us to be doxxed. Shortly after, celebrities, public figures, and Zionist platforms with millions of followers were sharing our information publicly. The student also created a petition which received over 10,000 signatures to call for the expulsion of everyone in the video. I faced relentless backlash from right-wing media and news outlets for weeks, most calling for me to be jailed, expelled, deported, assaulted, and to be sent to Gaza. NYU refused to cover off-campus housing because I'm on scholarship, so I couldn't really afford to live in New York otherwise. So despite it no longer being safe for me to live in dorms, they denied me access to off-campus housing, and now they're denying me access to higher education.
So just to get this straight, NYU suspended you, took away your scholarship, made it impossible for you to afford housing, all because you tore down a poster.
Two things. Number one, just because Weirdo did weird thing doesn't mean I'm going to endorse a bunch of people bringing harm upon them. I could just laugh at the stupid thing they did and how it led to consequences that apparently she did not expect. Number two, I'm not really certain that Poindexter over here is giving a good sense of why a college would want to suspend all forms of access to anything beneficial to somebody for taking down kidnapped missing people posters. I know he's saying it is propaganda. I know he wants to make it seem as if, oh, they just took down a form of a little bit of memorabilia. No, you took down a poster of missing or kidnapped people, and concerned families saw you do that and they said, rightfully, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. As a part of my scholarship, that would grant me on-campus housing. And so because I was suspended, I would have to move off campus after the semester, essentially kicking me out of the dorms, leaving me unhoused, and also denying me access to any higher education until fall 2024.
Wow.
And they have also restricted my privileges, so I am not able to attend on-campus, off-campus events or participate in any student clubs.
I can't feel sorry for you in any capacity because you went viral not by wanting to make some change at the school, not by trying to spread a positive message. You went viral trying to stop people from finding their loved ones. If I'm the dean, I don't want you anywhere near my fucking school anymore because you're that much of a fucking liability and a risk. Yes, you're one person. Yes, maybe you probably had a group of people doing it with you. You are taking down information about missing people because you think in your mind somehow that's offensive or indicative to a larger issue that's a problem for you as you tweet from a fucking iPhone. I'm sorry, But no, you cannot rip down posters of missing people and then expect everyone to feel sorry for you once a school kicks you out after finding out that you were doing that. You are objectively 100% in the wrong. And you sit and say, oh, they're trying to make sure that their stakeholders feel good. No shit! Because if a stakeholder comes in and sees a video of students going viral taking down posters of missing people, of course they're gonna be like, why the fuck is this here? Why the fuck are we having this allowed here? What are you doing here, dean or a bunch of administrators? Kick them the fuck out of here. Of course that's what they're gonna do, because a lot of these motherfuckers put money into the schools, and if they see something they don't like, of course they're gonna pull out, and money-hungry individuals are gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute. Let's just get rid of this motherfucker, and you can keep giving us the money. Keep giving us the money, because you know what? We like that money more than we like a motherfucker who's going to rip down missing posters. And let me ask you, honestly, which would you rather have? A bunch of money or a bunch of motherfuckers ripping down missing children's posters? I know which one I would go for, because that's money. The other one is a fucking headache. And I think I can wrap this up so poignantly like this. You can protest whatever it is you see fit. You can fight for whatever rights you can. I'm not saying you are not allowed to speak your mind on various subjects. What I'm saying is the thing that I've been saying for at least 2 years now. Pick your battles and how you choose to operate them. Because if you don't pick them right, you'll be out of a job, in jail, expelled from college, lacking money, lacking resources to reach the word out, and you will be viewed as somebody who's going to, I guess, rip down missing children's posters because you deem it offensive or problematic to try to find missing individuals who may have been kidnapped or, more likely than not, given certain scenarios, are dead. It makes you look stupid, and whatever piece you're fighting for makes it all seem irrelevant, because people will focus on your negatives and none of your positives. Oh, and regarding that last video of that one chick who decided it would be a great idea to look at a bunch of people in a council meeting in America and say that they're going to come to their neighborhoods and take them out, this defense is the dumbest thing you can say in regards to wanting to fight back against anyone else. Oh, but that's just the drink. Here's the chaser. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Activist, maybe you should pay me so that I could teach you how to really fight for some rights. Because as we all know, in the world of the Olympics of oppression, the black man always walks away with the gold. Goodbye.